I'm very happy to be here with you, to be here in South Africa, because, you know, I come from the opposite side of Africa, from Morocco, and also from France. It's really a pleasure to be here, and I would like to start my talk with this image. I know it's not politically correct to show that image, and that's why I want to start with it, because people were killed because of it. So we definitely have to speak about it here in the Oslo Freedom Forum in Johannesburg. I also chose to start with this image because everyone knows what happened in Charlie Hebdo. Some of you may think that it's not necessary to show it. It's a bad thing to show it. It is offensive to show it. But every time I show it, I can't get rid of that fear that someone will just stand up from the audience and shoot me. 12 people were shot because that kind of image, and I want to pay a tribute to them here. My colleagues in Charlie Hebdo, two people came and shot my colleagues. These people were killed because some of them were making such cartoons. Some of them were just here. They have nothing to do with it. They didn't even know that Charlie Hebdo office was in that building. Some of them are not cartoonists. They just write about economy or psychoanalysis, and they were killed. So all those who think that my colleagues went too far and that somehow they deserved that death, I want to ask them, did Frédéric Boisseau, the housekeeper, it was his first day in this job. He didn't even know that Charlie Hebdo was there. Did he also go too far? Does the other victims of terrorism also went too far? Those who were in the Bataclan, who were just watching music. I wanted to discuss with you about that image because I know that some of you may think that it is offensive. It offends the Muslims, you know, this poor and weak community who does not afford criticism. That poor community that should be left and ruled by its own traditions because maybe they don't deserve the same rights as we do. Gay rights are not for them. Equality between men and women are not for them. Let them be ruled by their traditions. Let me tell you my story so you understand who is the oppressor of the Muslims. Are they those guys who just make fun and make cartoons? Or are they those who speak on behalf of billions of Muslims in the world? I was born 36 years ago in Casablanca in Morocco, to a Moroccan father and a French mother. I was born Muslim because in Morocco, which is an Islamic theocracy, you don't have the choice of your faith. There is only 2 official religious communities. So if you're not born Jewish, you're automatically Muslim. And you don't have the choice to be something else. Being Muslim in Morocco it's not just about faith. It means that your own personal life will be ruled by religious rules. When you are born a Muslim woman in Morocco or in any other country ruled by Islamic law, it means that you only inherit half of what your brother inherits, even if you pay your coffee and your taxes the same price. It means that you cannot marry any man. You only can marry a Muslim man. So if I just want to date some of you guys here, as a human being, if we have a lot to share, if maybe one day we want to marry, so know that you will be obliged by the law to convert to Islam. It means also that you will be buried, you will divorce, you will die as a Muslim, and you will be punished if you say one day that you don't want to be a Muslim anymore. I am atheist, actually, which is an offense in Morocco. It's punished by the law. In certain countries, in certain Muslim countries, it is punished by death. And in the Islamic Sharia, if you are an apostate, it means that you deserve death. So I want to call all of you to just reconsider things after my talk and to think, do I really deserve death? Did my colleague really deserve death? Let me tell you, for instance, in the countries ruled by Islam, the kind of things you can't do and the kind of things people are being killed for in some Islamic countries. Of course, you don't have the right to choose your sexual orientation. Forget about that. Cinema is a problem. Many movie makers are being oppressed and they cannot make their movies freely. Art also is a problem. Wearing what you want, such a skirt in an Islamic country, may definitely be a problem. That's why I'm wearing it here. Music is a problem. Lipstick and, of course, kissing is a problem. Just gathering with your friends after you work and drinking a glass of wine or a beer is a problem. It's banned by the law. So you come to a situation where you are denied very simple freedoms. You are enjoying here every day, guys. But we are denied those freedoms. So that's bring me to speak about what's happening in the Muslim world. How can we be denied the right to criticize this totalitarianism that is depriving us from very, very basic, simple rights such as kissing, loving, having sex, drinking a glass of wine, or wearing a swimming suit? Actually, this ideology that is growing inside the Muslim civilization, I call it Islamic fascism. This is the cover of my book in French and in Dutch. It has been translated in Dutch lately in Amsterdam. I call this ideology a fascism, knowing that it's very shocking for many people. How can you speak about fascism? It's a religion. No, actually. This ideology, who wants to make this religion a tool of oppression, of control of every single human being living under Islamic law, for me it's a fascism. Because it has all the technical characteristics of a fascism. First of all, there is this blind veneration of the head of the movement, the head of the ideology, the head of state. And we've seen Muhammad the Prophet as the perpetual chief of the Ummah. Anyone who tried to criticize him or to joke with him, what happened to him? It's also a fascism because it has this blind hatred against arts and intellectuals. This oppressive sexism against women and homosexuals. It is also an ideology that is imperialist. It wants to spread everywhere. And here I can show you guys from, Sharia for Belgium, Sharia for the Netherlands, Sharia for Britain, Sharia for France. They are really people who believe that Quran is a constitution. Their version of the religion must be applied everywhere, otherwise you're killed. It is also a fascism, because all the fascisms use militias. They commit political crimes. And what is terrorism but an ideological crime? It's not a common law crime. They are ideological crimes committed by militias of this ideology. It's also a fascism because it has a flag. It has a uniform. Men have to wear the Wahhabi costume and women have to wear black garbage bags. And while actually this ideology pretends to cover a whole part of the world where there is different costumes, different languages, different musics. But this ideology, as a fascism, wants to unify everything. It is a totalitarianism. It doesn't tolerate any different point of view. And also, this ideology is a fascism because all the fascisms stand on the idea that they're speaking to an oppressed community, and that this community needs to stand for the rights and to show strength and defend its own dignity. So these people who speak on behalf of millions, of billions of human beings who were born Muslim and who are just normal human beings, just as you, who want to have a free life, who want to enjoy rights. Those people speak on behalf of them, and they say it to anyone criticizing Islam in the West. They say, you are racist, you are Islamophobe, you don't have the right to criticize Islam. They come with their hand on their heart and with a tear on their eyes saying, you're hurting my feelings. You don't have the right to criticize my religion because it hurts my feelings. Actually, I want to remind those people that the right not to be hurt does not exist. Only the right to free speech exists. And Islam, just as any other religion, deserves criticism. Those people, they consider that the Muslim-born people are condemned to be eternally ruled by their traditions, and that universal rights such as equality between men and women, such as free sexual orientation, such as freedom, the freedom to wear what you want, to have a glass of wine, to have a love affair, to have sex. Those freedoms are Western values. And when they are in the West, they use this accusation of Islamophobia because actually they don't have the tools, the legal tools they have in the Muslim world. I want you to know that in the Muslim countries, the countries that are ruled by Islam, there is no accusation of Islamophobia. There is nothing called Islamophobia. Because those among us who criticize the religion, they are immediately called apostates, they are thrown in jail, they are killed, or they are threatened for the rest of their lives. But in democracies where the Islamic radicals don't have these legal tools to jail people or to kill them, they just say, oh, you're hurting my feelings. Here I want to show you some Muslim-born intellectuals who were killed by this Islamic fascism. And those crimes started, you know, in the 70s. It's not a new thing. Here you have Faraj Foda, an Egyptian secular person. You have Bangladeshi bloggers. You have a Moroccan lawyer who was killed with a machete in the streets of Casablanca. You have also many people who were jailed or who are still jailed because of criticizing Islam. Those people are Muslim-born. And they grew up in countries where they were denied the rights you enjoy, guys, such as the right to be free, to criticize anything, to practice or not a religion, to drink a glass of wine, to be secular, to be homosexual, to change the religion. Those people were jailed because of that. They took a big risk just to enjoy 5%, a little bit of the rights many people in the world were given by birth. So, yeah, Raif Badawi, the Saudi blogger who was sentenced to 1,000 lashes, and Sheikh al-Mkhitir, the Mauritanian blogger who is still jailed even if he was officially freed, and many others. Let me show you also these people. These people, some of them are former Oslo Freedom Forum speakers. Some of them are not. Some of them are icons in the Muslim world. And these people are condemned to live under threats, just to live as I do, permanently protected by the police. They killed no one. They commit no mass crime. They are just saying that actually freedom is also deserved by the Muslims. Criticism is also deserved by the Muslim-borns. So I want to tell to those who think that Islamophobia is a bad thing, is a racist thing, I invite them to think why, for instance, criticizing Christianism is not called Christianophobia, then supposed racism anti the supposed Christian or white race, I don't know how to call it. Why? Why the hell criticizing Islam is racism? Because it is the only tool that the radicals and the Islamists have in democracies to shut our mouths. Those who really care for the Muslims or for this part of the world where actually there is no democracy, there is no single country which is a religious Islamic state that is a democracy. So in these countries, People are fighting, and those people actually, they are those who deserve to be helped by the West, not our oppressors, not our oppressors who pretend to be representatives of a whole population, of a whole civilization, and who actually are the racist people. For me, one of the worst forms of racism today is cultural relativism. The fact of saying, oh, okay, we in democracies, we in the West, we are for equality between men and women, we are for gay and lesbians' rights, we are for free speech, but you know what? We're gonna let those people do it differently because it's their culture. They're like that. They're not ready for freedom. They're not ready for democracy. Actually, we are ready. And those people is the proof that we are ready and that people are taking heavy risks. They are facing a strong fascism. Don't forget that the European civilization also produced fascisms no so long ago. Today, the Islamic world is producing a very dangerous ideology. This ideology is shutting our mouths, it's killing, it is threatening us. It is the cause why someone like me lives in a moving jail in the heart of Paris, because I just think that it is a universal right to cartoon the Prophet. I didn't even cartoon it myself, but I wish I could. Because for us, as journalists, as cartoonists, as long as there is such a taboo, as long as you know that there is mad people who can kill somewhere in the world because of a cartoon, so it's your duty to keep doing that cartoon till you break definitely that taboo. Thank you.